Last two ones. How are my eyes? Okay, they calmed down a little bit, but it's still very red. Ugh. I'm telling you, today the allergies were not nice to me. They're just BOOM! And I know by the time you see this, it's gonna be like fucking November. So my allergies would not be a thing anymore. But yeah, today, ugh. Ugh. Let's go on. The Star, the Hateful. That's the second last SCP of today. Oh boy, it's another long one. Oh, why the last ones? Welcome 056. You have one file pending review. Display file. Yes, accessing file SCP-15848. Now, oh, the second key though. Special containment procedures, Foundation, satellites, Malak Bell 1 through 10 will monitor the South Pole of the Sun for SCP-1548 on the protocol. Koyash Warrior, all Foundation space station and off-planet bases within the solar system will have the monitoring of the Sun as a secondary mission objective. Connections will be maintained with major space agency under operations, Silicon Iris, for enhanced monitoring of the anomaly with accurate information on the phenomena restricted to specified personnel. It is not feasible to place limitations on all solar telescopes. It is expected that the Williams will observe SCP-1548 on occasion. Foundation personnel embedded in scientific agencies will disseminate misleading information on SCP-1548 and all thaumaturgic symbols that manifest, describing them as unusual but natural phenomena. All other information of the anomaly and related symbols is subject to standard Foundation censorship protocols and SCP-1548 event doing information. Ooh. SCP-1548 is the designation of various anomalous solar phenomena primarily occurring at the south pole of the Sun. There are three types of... Let me just do something real quick. Yeah, like this is good. Good. I cannot shrink it more. Okay, I see. Then let me just do this. Does this work? Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's go on. The second of various anomalous solar phenomena primarily occurring at the south pole of the Sun. There are three types of known SCP-1548 events. My nose is coming down again. Good, thank God. -1. 6 equidistant overlord sunspots approximately 40,000 kilometers times 15,000 kilometers in size appear. The ends of the sunspots converge after 23 hours, often accompanied with the formation of a solar prominence that typically takes the shape of a thaumaturgic symbol. A large gaseous feature that extends off the sun's surface, normally forming a loop shape. A coronal mass ejection will then occur around the sunspot, lasting 11 hours, with the prominence dissipating after 5 hours. -2 begins similar to -1. A solar prominence then forms from the side of the sunspot and breaks off from the Sun, moving away from it and likely entering interstellar space. The event lasts for 2 hours. -3 sunspots from thaumaturgical symbols which range in size. This can occur in conjunction with other events or separately. Unlike the previous two phenomena, these sunspots do not commonly manifest in any single area. The first recorded SCP-1548 event was on 17th May 1983, when -3 event was observed, showing thaumaturgic symbol -2201-V1, referred to Addendum 1. The event was classified as extranormal event -9008 until similar occurrences were observed, leading to the classification of SCP-1548. Addendum 1. Thaumaturgical symbol identification. The Department of Thaumaturgy has successfully identified and determined the nature of several symbols seen in SCP-1548. Below is a list of the symbol, denoted with V if there are a variation of symbol V1 that denotes the original or first discovered version of the symbol. TS 2201-V1, unnamed, only seen in SCP-1548. If inscribed on any telescopic device by a person with thaumaturgic abilities, the device will show psionic entities with malicious intent towards the user. Ooh, that's okay. After a total 4 hours of use, users without psionic ability will experience symptoms of psychosis. TS 381-V2, known as the Calafastian Isle among various occultist groups. When fixed or projected into a material, it will strengthen the material, enhancing its ability to absorb kinetic and electromagnetic energy. Materials may be hidden from sight as well. TS 1817 V7, known as the 12 Holy Owls of Serenithium, origin among humans unknown. When the symbol is affixed to a weapon or object used with the intent to harm, any entity killed by the weapon will annihilate the immediate space around it. The size of the annihilation zone is proportional to the size of the entity killed. This annihilation zone has no effect on materials reinforced with the TS 381. Of note is 61% of observed thaumaturgic symbols pertain to anomalous Othofen mythology. Yeah, I'm not going on. And religious beliefs. The central aspect of Othofen mythology are that the universe is the second universe to exist. Oh, interesting. It has been protected from extra-universal invasion by 7 guardian deities. Only one of those deities, Rakmu Loisan, the Holy Fourth, is said to be alive in the present day. Not doing a good job now, are they? TS 1817 originates from Othofen occultists in the 1800s, and the TS 381 has been used by members of the Church of the Second Hithof, a prominent Othofen group of interest. In avoiding capture by the Foundation, why this is the case is unclear. Addendum 2, Event -29. On the 23rd December 2016, several -1 events occurred in rapid succession. Although interpretation of these symbols is still underway, V2, V7, and V1 manifested multiple times during these events. 20 non-anomalous Othofen language symbols and phrases for protection formed as well. 47 hours later, 5-2 events occurred in the span of 2 hours. Over the next month, a dense cloud of ionizing radiation began forming around the solar system, surrounding the heliopause. A region surrounding the solar system where solar wind collides with interstellar wind, creating a bubble around the solar system known as the heliosphere. Although initially at largely unnoticeable amounts, the cloud increased. The cloud increased in magnitude until no light from the outside universe could enter by the 20th January 2017. The origin of the cloud is presumed to be from the sequence of SB1548 events, though the combined amount of particles produced was too small to form a structure on this scale. Of note is that the Foundation telescopes have noticed thermic tessellations, panel grid of polygons formed when high amounts of thaumaturgic energy is released, resembling grid of pyramids periodically forming along the cloud. As the night sky is now entirely altered, Foundation censorship protocols cannot be fully executed. The dissemination of incorrect scientific information regarding the solar system entering this dense cloud of cosmic dust is in progress. Scientific information describing the actual nature of the ionizing radiation will be censored as per Contingency Galileo 2. Addendum 3, recent phenomena. Following event -29, a high amount of significant anomalous phenomena have occurred. The following is a list of the event, updated as of the 26th January 2017. Date, 24th December 2016, the Falcon Light, a commercial spacecraft made and launched by aerospace company SpaceX, suddenly lost 50% of its mass during its flight to the ISS, causing the death of all crew. Foundation satellites captured a video of the event showing that half of the spacecraft disappeared along the midline. Jet is sending any crew still inside into the Earth's atmosphere. Radio signals were received soon afterwards from beyond the heliopause. No, it's not again. Come on. I just want to read in peace. Although suspected to originate from the other half of the spacecraft, the decoder signals match no known spoken or written language. Notes: all launch plans for manned spacecraft have been cancelled. Both inside and outside the Foundation. A cover story involving a faulty booster has been disseminated. 5 days later, the International Space Station ceased standard communication and began broadcasting visual and auditory cognito hazards. All subjects exposed to any of the cognito hazards enter a trance state and eventually have their brain vanish. Damn. 2 hours after the Foundation satellites detect a sharp increase in thermatogic particles in orbit, all found to be originating from the Sun, the ISS abruptly changes trajectory to follow the course that will result in re-entry certain to destroy the entire station in February of 2017. Classification of the ISS as an anomaly is pending approval. 2nd January 2017. SCP-2713 was found to be entirely empty. Most of the interior of the building has been destroyed. Claw marks, scorched walls, and blood strewn across the room indicate signs of a significant struggle. A classification to neutralize is pending approval. 3 days later, during a political demonstration in front of the Reichstag in Berlin, Germany, a thaumaturgic way leading into an unknown pocket dimension opened near the protesters. Koru Archpriest Pfarrer Anteos Church of the Second High-Toff leader, a known person of interest, exited and announced that a shelter had been built. Further information is limited as all persons in the area promptly entered the way, including 2 undercover Foundation agents. The way closed immediately after. Censorship of the event is in progress. 5 days later, an unknown Icon weapon, anomalous weapon of mass destruction, was activated during protests at Times Square. A violent explosion destroyed the entirety of Midtown Manhattan, leveling surrounding buildings and severely damaging other nearby areas within a 6-kilometer radius. The death toll is undetermined. A high number of Tartarian entities and demonic possession have been observed in an 11-kilometer radius around the blast epicenter. Persons with confirmed connection to the chaos insurgency have publicly blamed the event on a global shadow organization. 9 days later, this is wild. All this shit is happening. Oh god, there's more. SB-179 established contact for a single moment, signing defend before descending below the sun's surface and vanishing. The frequency of SCP-1548 event has dramatically increased since this event, with at least 2 occurring per day. 1 day later, the radiation cloud fully obscures the night sky. Global amnestization on the Inouye Protocol is enacted by the Foundation and completed at 78% efficiency. Several paramilitary organizations, which includes world governments and anomalous groups, takes this opportunity to attempt to further their own personal goals. Joint Foundation and the global coalition forces have been assembled to combat these groups. Efforts are ongoing. 22nd January 2017. SCP-2821, following a sudden expansion in size to a diameter of 1.7 km, vanished. The nearby lunar area 32 suffered a minimum of 38 casualties and lost 10 anomalies from the expansion, enveloping and destroying section of the facility under the anomalous different laws of physics. Based on readings from Minkowski space-time monitors, it is hypothesized that SCP-2821 formed a wormhole leading to another region of the universe. Misinformation to explain the newly formed hemispherical crater on the lunar surface is being disseminated. 3 days later, experimental Foundation devices began detecting tachyons moving at undetermined faster than light speeds. Analysis found that these are likely a new form of SCP-3417 transmission, though with major deviations from the standard contents. Transmission contents have typically contained mentions of extraterrestrial civilization and Orthothan mythological stories. This was observed until being abruptly cut off, presumably due to the radiation cloud. Further information is below. 5 days later, currently under review. NA. Transmission 3417-62. Begin log. All Orthothans here. All Orthothans must listen now. Unknown symbol 30. Stars lost. Unknown unit of time. Ago, the first invasion occurred. The gods were unprepared, never comprehending the facility of the universe after its creation. Second city, lost. The extra universal abomination invaded, and the gods did not die. The duty is in protecting existence. Suspicion interference for 1 minute. Will not have one without autophons. Unknown symbol 31. Lost. The gods defended autophons in existence. Autophons defended the gods in existence. Eliminated star system. Lost. When united, we are strong. Transmission interference for 25 minutes. 12 stars. Lost. The worlds must fight. The transmission ends. How much is left? Oh god. Oh no. This is a very long one. Joint Foundation and Global Coalition Force have been immobile. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's read on. Read on! Addendum 4 Experiment 37 on the 12th June 1999. It was determined by anomalous 05 vote to enact a long-term plan to explore beyond the heliopause. Mission objective were to confirm or deny hypotheses regarding extraterrestrial SCP objects and collect data on anomalous phenomena beyond the heliopause. As such, the Foundation probe Seraph-1 was constructed and then successfully launched on the 9th May 2000. On 27th January 2017, and -1 event was initiated prior to Seraph-1 reaching the heliopause, forming the thaumaturgic symbols used in predicting the future. Following the -1 event, as -2 event was initiated and launched, this one, however, deviated significantly from normal trajectories and curved sharply about 100 AU away from the sun towards Seraph-1. Seraph-1 crossed the heliosphere 2 days before contact was lost from the intense radiation side of the solar prominence. All information collected by Seraph-1 is currently under review and pending declassification. Adjustment being made to Seraph-1's thaumaturgic particle detector. So end of SCP-156 file. Oh, because yeah, it starts off with like, yeah, okay, so it does go on. Oh boy. There are six related files. Access files? Yes. Access materials. Displaying file 1 out of 6. What recall of decision of Overseer Council action 25 to 21. NOC 6 or NOC 6. Motion as follows. End Veil protocol on the contingency on Cloak 3. Year 1, 3, 8, 10, 13, 11. And nay 2, 4, 5, 7, 12, 9. Abstain, none. Votes pending 6. Yeah, 6 didn't, and then yeah, so one of them didn't vote. Displaying file, record of decision overseer council auction, NOC 7. Motion as follows. We classify SCP-1548 as farm meal and begin manually inducing SCP-1548 events under proposal -12. Yeah, 3, 4, 7, 10, and 11. And nay 2, 5, 9, 8, and 13. Abstain 1 and 12. Votes pending 6. 6 is just not doing anything. I'm scared to open these ones up. Look how long. Seraph-1 is 100 kilometers away from the heliopause. The entire region appears as a barrier of ionizing radiation, and the church tower just turned the lights off because it's midnight now. I've been reading this for 2 hours and 40 minutes. We're assembling a cloud and glowing a dull orange. Highly complex geometric patterns form on the surface, most 10,000 kilometers across. After an hour, the probe begins passing through heliopause, entering interstellar space, and contact is lost. A connection is periodically re-established over a period of 2 days. Though the only meaningful data obtained is a tachyon transmission from SCP-3417. After that period, a stable connection with the probe begins. Many pieces of equipment were disabled by the radiation, though a rear camera continued to be operable. Behind Seraph-1 are massive high-energy radiation that resembles solar flares, encompassing the entire visible section of the heliosphere as a barrier. Thousands of thaumaturgic symbols are present in these flares, most unidentified. Identifying symbols serve to provide various forms of camouflage. The largest being warning sigils used in autophan religion to repel extra-universal entities at the approximately location where Seraph-1 exited a large hole is forming, with the flares dissipating at its edges as it expands. Observation by Foundation telescope spotted a corresponding hole and distortion. Thermic tessellation patterns at the region of the solar system where Seraph-1 passed the helisphere. Imagine if I read this on my normal time at 10 o'clock. It would be 1 in the morning right now. Jesus. Swarms of entities can be seen in the distance surrounding the heliopause. The bodies of each entity are highly asymmetrical and possess numerous appendages and unknown structures. The only common features are gray and body coloration segments that erratically flash various colors and fractal structures. Sizes are estimated to range from 10 kilometers to 10,000 kilometers, though some appear to be significantly larger on unknown scales. 2 of these entities hereafter, -Omega-1 and -Omega-2, pass by Seraph-1. -Omega-1 is eel-like in shape with 5 arms extending from random section of its body, along with a mouth made of impossible geometric structures. The end of its body is surrounded by arachnid limbs and frequently flicked into being translucent. -Omega-2 is an oscillating and contorting tetrahedral object, leaving trails of black rocks that rapidly disintegrate. I'm so tired. As the entities near the hole, the warning sigils glow red, causing red shock waves to appear around each one, significantly slowing their speed. -Omega-2 unfolds its body and releases glowing red orbs, which reach the sigils and expand into spiral patterns. The sigils then manifest, and the shock waves lessen in luminosity. -Omega-1 passes through the hole and accelerates out of Seraph-1's view. High amounts of thaumaturgic particles are detected, and the hole is rapidly enveloped by solar flares. Hundreds of concentrated blasts of thermic energy are shot out of the new flares and pierce through -Omega-2, vaporizing it in seconds. At this point, the 27th January 2017 -2 prominence passes through the heliopause, encountering Seraph-1. An hour later, contact is permanently lost. You better be shorter. I swear to God. Thank you. Transmission. Okay. Wait, oh no, this is a different one. Okay. Lost. All near Autophans must unite at unknown symbol 31. Cannons have been moved into orbit around the planets. The extra universal invasion lessens. The gods protect us. Autophans will survive. Pause in transmission for 7 minutes. Rakmu Lawson is dead. Pause in transmission for 1 minute. Gods lost. Drifted galaxy. A term used in Autophan text that refer to the Milky Way galaxy. Lost. Universe is unprotected. Universe is not lost. Autophans are not lost. Autophans, the transmission begins displaying a sequence of spiral patterns and an encrypted image found to show an entity resembling -2 when decrypted. The transmission ends. A reclassification of of SCP-3417 to neutralized is pending approval. And event, please. Thank you. Okay, thanks. On the 30th January 2017, the Foundation orbital vessel SCPS Cortana was fully outfitted with experimental anomalous weapon and propulsion systems. It was deployed to neutralize Omega-1, which had destroyed Pluto and other Another Kuiper-built object following its entrance into the solar system, it destroyed Pluto. The vehicle arrived at Omega 1's location near Jupiter and engaged with the entity. Communication with the onboard crew was lost after 1 minute. After 10 minutes, footage from Foundation probes showed the vehicle and entity become surrounded by a black substance and vanish. 2 hours later, the substance dissipated and the SCP's Cortana was observed to be rapidly accelerating towards Mars at near light speeds, with an organic mass resembling that of Omega 1 attached to it. In 30 minutes, the vessel reached the planet and impacted it, creating a crater 400 kilometers in radius, ionizing the atmosphere and turning the surface into a molten mass. An hour after, the surface began to be converted into a black organic mass which spread out from the epicenter of SCP's Cortana impact. At this time, an -2 event, the largest one on record, occurred, and a solar flare reached Mars. That's a big solar fucking flare. That is. It's trying to scorch the planet. Mars, when half of its surface has been converted, a violent explosion followed, the luminosity of which matched the sun's luminosity when viewed from Earth. The vessel turned the debris is expected to form a second asteroid belt within the next 3 months. Asteroids impacts with Earth are predicted to increase. As this event occurs 10 hours ago, orbital data is still under review. Displaying file 66, text file left by 053 on the 28th January 2015. Seraph 1 was only able to take a single picture of exosolar space, and this is it. All that's left of our infinite, ever-expanding universe. Ooh, our main priority can no longer be secrecy. Oh, it's like saying like there are only 2 stars left. Is that what it's saying? That would be wild. The terminal has been idle for 4 minutes. The terminal will exit in 1 more minute. Log out. Would you like to vote before logging out? No. Are you sure? Yes. The O5 Council has been notified of your decision. You still have 3 days to vote. Goodbye, O56. Logging off. Shut down. Shutting down. Whoo! We kind of have like 2. Well, I mean, okay, it's not a 001 because that's our sun. This is like a sun-like star, I believe. Correct? It's not our sun, but it's a sun-like star that's just causing massive havoc. Oh, is it our sun? I'm slowly getting like to the point where I'm like, ooh, there's a lot to read.